This guide will walk you through the steps to manage the allowed maximum number of requests that an API will accept from a given client app. It is another example of applying the Akana licensing feature. This video assumes that you are familiar with previous videos in which we explained how to create licenses, scopes, and groups. We also recommend you to review the video on managing API access in this series, as this video explains how licenses are used to determine which API operations can be accessed by a contracted client application. Applying licenses to client application contracts is also a way to support API access tiers. For example, one group of clients may have limited access to an API, whereas these limitations do not apply to other clients. To the former group, a freemium license would apply, whereas a premium license would apply to the latter. A throughput policy associated with these licenses would allow for few versus an unlimited number of requests respectively. We will first show how an Akana policy can be added to a license term. This step requires business admin privileges. To start, provide your business admin username and password and click on Login. Click More in the top-level menu to access the admin functions. Click Admin. In the left-hand menu, select the Licenses option. Several licenses have already been created. If need be, please review the guide that shows how you can create a license. We will now show how a license can be adjusted so that it will enforce a particular Akana policy for any app contract the license has been associated with. For this example, we will adjust the demo internal order license. Click the license name. Click Edit to open the license in edit mode. Navigate to the Terms section. Click Edit to edit the term. For this term, one scope has been selected. To also make a policy part of the term, click the QoS Policies tab. Any existing QoS policy will be presented. Here, only one policy has been created. It is a throughput quota policy that will limit the number of requests that can be sent. Click the box to add the policy to the license term. The selected policy will have been configured to allow a maximum number of requests per time period. This example shows a throughput limit of 10 requests per minute. Once the limit has been reached, no more requests will be accepted for the remaining time. Click Finish to complete term configuration. Click Next. And Finish to complete editing the license. The updated license will have immediate effect on any app contract with which this license has been associated. Similarly, the update will apply to any future contract of which the license will be a part. To verify the effect, you can run a test on an API using an app that has a contract with which the updated license has been associated. Navigate to the Apps section in the top-level menu. Navigate to My Apps. Select an app that has a contract with the appropriate license associated with it. For this example, we will use the User 820 Test app. You can verify the contract and license by clicking APIs in the left-hand menu. The API listing shows the Pet Store API with an activated contract for the API's sandbox implementation. The demo internal order license has been associated with this contract. The policy that is now part of the license term will limit the number of requests that this app can send to the API. To verify, choose the Test Client option. In Test Client, select an API operation from the list. For this example, we will use the GetOrderById operation. This operation requires an input parameter value. Provide a valid value for the parameter. The Pet Store API has been configured with OAuth to secure access control. Click the Security tab to have the system generate an OAuth access token. Select an applicable OAuth grant type. Click Get Token to generate the access token. Click Next. And Finish to close the pop-up. Now that a token is available, you can invoke the operation. Click Invoke. Assuming the target endpoint is available, the request should be successful. To verify the effect of the throughput policy, invoke the operation again. After 10 successful requests, the policy will have the API gateway refuse additional requests for this operation within the configured time. resulting in an HTTP 429 response for any request exceeding the limit. This guide covered the steps to make a policy part of a license term, as a further example of applying the Akana licensing feature. Once a QoS policy is part of a license term, it will affect the service level between API and app in cases where the license is associated with the contract. The result can be tested, for example by using the Akana test client.